Thank the gentleman for yielding back, and now recognize Ms. Cammack of Florida for her 5 minutes of questioning.
I have a microphone that won't cooperate with me, so I'll adjust. I'll start with you, Dr. Dean. I'm going through your testimony for a second time, and there's a couple things that have just stuck out to me, talking about the failures of the CDC to listen to those on the front lines. This is something that seems to happen, whether it is COVID, whether it's Ebola. It doesn't seem to matter what crisis we're facing down. It seems that the bureaucrats in Washington are greatly removed from those on the front lines, be it EMS, our public health safety officials. Can you elaborate on what you've seen, and if you had to give me in 3 bullet points what CDC needs to do to turn this around, to be more forward-facing and actually start listening to people on the ground who are dealing with it rather than operating from computer screens up here in Washington, D.C., that would be much appreciated.
Thank you for the question. I would highlight this as a systems problem. I never blame the humans. The public servants are my heroes, but we're all operating in a broken system. On the front lines, you have to make decisions in the fog of war, oftentimes without the data that you want. If I were to bullet point the 3 things, it would be, number 1, the CDC reform that they are attempting to do that's deeply discussed by this committee. As part of that, looking at not just the infrastructure, but the culture. An academic research institute culture is very much needed. We rely on that for the kind of information retrospective that we use on the front lines, but it's different than front lines response. So I'd say bullet 2 would be an intelligence infrastructure, real-time data shared with all the nodes on the front lines so we can make decisions. And number 3, an operational infrastructure. We already do this. We call each other and ask for help. We back each other up. Let's formalize that into a structure where someone really is coming to save us when we need it. Those would be my 3.
And as a follow-up to that, we're concerned about federal authority that undermines the mayors, the governors, and other local elected officials that are on the front lines. If the federal government can demand data and there is no need to work cooperatively with the states and local governments, what kind of data then do we need to be pinpointing that's going to be beneficial for the state and local responders?
On the front lines, as a local health officer, we already call each other. We share information. We're calling firefighters and EMS. I'm calling my colleagues in other states. So that kind of intelligence sharing is happening right now.
Is it everything, though, from predictive data, or is it more of, hey, this is the PPE that we have in stock and we're moving things around?
It's all of it. It's all of it, because what we're trying to do is gain situational awareness. So when talking about data sharing, the point I would make is it's really important that it doesn't just go to one place where it's held, that it's immediately shared out to everyone on the front lines. And this is far beyond public health. My colleagues in EMS, those that run supply chain, we all need that real-time situational awareness. We live in a data-rich but intelligence-poor system in the U.S., and let's fix that.
I like the way you phrase that. Thank you.